Welcome. We'll just give it another about 30 more seconds to let everybody come in. Welcome, though. Happy to have you with us today. All right, I'll go ahead and get started. Again, welcome. We're so excited that you've chosen to join us today. This is our very first session of our summer pop-up series titled Healthy Habits for Summer. As we're waiting for everyone to join, feel free to share in chat where you are joining from. And I know it's a hot one out there for a lot of you, so if you want, we'd be interested. What's the temperature in your city today? We know it's been hot. I'm fortunate enough to be here up in Portland, Oregon, so it's a cool 70 degrees today, but we'd love to know where you're coming from today and what the temperature is. All right, and I will be introducing our guest speaker here in a moment. My name is Julie Sauvé, and I will be moderating today's session. One of my primary roles as an implementation specialist at Harmony is to help provide educators with resources and support. And I am thrilled that I get to be with you today as we explore some strategies aimed at directly supporting your well-being. As I mentioned, we're so grateful to have you with us today, and hopefully you're staying nice and cool despite the heat. We host these webinars each month to bring together thought leaders and educators to share best teaching practices and tools to support social and personal and academic learning. And I do want to emphasize these presentations are the opinions and content of our guest speakers and may not necessarily be a direct representation of Harmony. You and everybody here today will receive a copy of the recording to watch and share with your colleagues. So be on the lookout for that in an email. And we also encourage you to share your ponderings, aha moments, or anything that you'd like to in the chat today, or you may have some questions that we'll take some time at the end of the session to do a Q&A and ask Rachel some of those questions. We love seeing your smiling faces on camera today, but if you prefer to have your camera off, given that this is being recorded, we understand. So now, without further ado, let's dive into the objectives for today. So you can see that our hope is that we can bring together thought leaders in the field of education to inspire and best support teaching practices, and also to continue to help develop your well-being specifically today. As I mentioned, this is the first of our Summer Pop webinar series on well-being. And today we have a special guest, Rachel Fox, with us, who's going to provide us with some quick exercises that you can do anywhere, some snack hacks that the whole family will love, as well as some live demonstrations and take-home tips. And we know that summer is a very busy time for everyone, so we hope you will find these tips practical and easy to implement on the go. Stay tuned at the end of the webinar, and I'll share also with you what's next in terms of our Summer Wellbeing series. And on that note, I am privileged to welcome today Rachel Fox. Rachel is a national board certified health and wellness coach and certified yoga teacher in San Diego. She believes deeply in the power of holistic health, using nutrition, movement, and mindfulness to support her clients in achieving their wellness goals. Her mission is to help others connect more deeply with their health and offer a safe space for exploration and healing. You can learn more about Rachel at rachelfoxhealth.com. And at the end of the presentation, she will be sharing other ways that you can stay in touch with her. So without further ado, Rachel, I'll turn the time over to you. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. Perfect. I'm going to start sharing my deck here. It's nice to see you all. It's nice to be here. And I am so happy to share my knowledge today and share what I love to do. We'll be talking all about healthy tips and wellness. We'll get into the agenda in a moment. I'm going to share my slide here so you can see. Let me present. Okay. Great. So as I mentioned, I thank you all for allowing me to be here. And today we are going to get all into all sorts of good things, movement, breathing, nutrition, all sorts of wellness tips that will help support you this summer and helping you feel set up for success in your summer months. So, as Julie mentioned, I am a board certified health and wellness coach, and I am a nutritional therapy practitioner as well, which is just basically a functional nutritionist. I help people heal naturally through food and lifestyle changes. And I also help with behavior change, habit change, helping people stick to their habits and really get them to where they want to be. I teach yoga, I teach fitness classes, and I work in corporate wellness. So that is a little bit about me. And let's move into where we're headed today. Um, we will be starting with a breathwork exercise. So today's um, webinar is all well-rounded wellness tips. So we will be getting into breath to nutrition. We'll have a little stretch break so you can see some easy ways to stretch, even if you're traveling, you're in the car, you're moving around this summer, you're busy. We'll do a little bit of stretching together very quickly. And then we'll get into some summer exercise tips from me. And then if you have questions, if you want to talk about anything, please put it in the chat and we'll address those later on at the end. And I would love to hear your thoughts, your participation. This makes it more interactive and fun for everyone. So please chime in whenever you feel is right for you. And know that this is intended for educational purposes. This is not medical advice. Please consult with your doctor on anything if you have a condition or you have specific questions. This is for general knowledge. All right. Let's get started. Let's start with a breathwork exercise. So whether you're entirely new to breathwork exercises or you've done these before, this is a great way to just settle in to the moment, to really help yourself feel calm and grounded. This is also helpful for summer. Again, when we're so busy, there's a lot going on, depending on what, if you have kids or you just have a busy life. It allows us to stop and be mindful of our breath, specifically through a technique called box breathing. Has anyone heard of box breathing before? Yeah. Okay, so we will practice box breathing today. If you're interested, entirely optional. If you don't want to, feel free to pass on participation. But we'll start off with really just being mindful of our breath, trying to calm our nervous system, and then really tapping into this moment and being present right now. So it's entirely up to you. Please feel free to close your eyes if that feels safe, comfortable, or you can keep your eyes open and use the visual here that I have on the screen as your box. But essentially we're thinking of this exercise as following our breath in a box pattern with our inhales and exhales. So we'll be inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds, and holding for 4 seconds. And notice how that feels for you as we start to move through it. And we'll take about 4 rounds of that, which is 1 minute. So if you are interested in doing that, feel free to, as I mentioned, just soften your eyes, your gaze, feel your feet connected to the ground, relax your shoulders, and just pause right now and connect inward to how you feel in your breath. You can release your air before we get started. So just take a big sigh out of your lungs. Let all the air release from your belly. And we'll get started with our box breathing. So take a breath in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 round. Try that again. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your lips for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Third time through. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then take this last round on your own. Count your own inhales and exhales. And when you're done, if your eyes are closed, you can open them. Take a big sigh out. We feel a little more relaxed, a little grounded, hopefully, in our breath and our bodies. This also helps us as it helps us be exposed to uncomfortable or stressful situations when we tend to hold our breath. So we're training our body of when we hold our breath to try to release it. So thank you. Thank you for starting that off with me. Let's move on into our next exercise. Actually, we're going to just start first with a group share. So I would love to hear from you all. What are you hoping to gain today out of this wellness webinar? It can be anything at all. It can be nutrition related. It can be lifestyle related. We're going to be talking about movement and nutrition today. I see a raised hand. Feel free to put that in the chat and we'll go through them. Thank you for your participation. Anything that kind of brought you here today? Stress related, consistent habits. Amazing. We'll talk through these. We'll get into nutrition tips and habit building. Okay. Pushing through anxiety. Great. Want to be able to relax. Okay, good. So we'll talk through these tips to help. I'm seeing a lot of habit building. The goal is to make these feel simple and achievable for you all so that we're taking some concepts and it's nothing too wild and crazy. We're all busy. We're able to apply these into our day-to-day life with kind of some high-level concepts. So we will continue to talk through these things, and I hope that you are able to gain this knowledge out of our time together as we move forward. So especially too, as educators, you are maybe not in your regular routine right now with summer. It's a little bit different in education in the summer. So maybe the routine and the habits start to fall off a little bit, or the structure. So, this is by sticking to your wellness routines, by focusing on this, you can nourish yourself, you can focus on yourself and continue to take care of yourself so that you can feel your best and give your best back to others. We can't fill from an empty cup. So these are all going to really help support you in doing that. And I hope that you feel that as we move forward. So let's talk into eating well this summer, nutrition, and all of my favorite topics. Getting into some simple tips here we have to eat healthier. My first tip for eating healthy is to eat with the seasons. We are in summer, obviously, and this is a beautiful time to eat lots of colorful produce. A lot of light, refreshing produce, a lot of meals that are lighter, right? We're not in the winter time. We don't need that super, super cozy bowl of soup. Not that that's wrong. I love soup, but you know what I mean? Like a lot of really vibrant, fresh meals. And that's great because these meals have a lot of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants that are going to keep you really healthy. By doing that, by eating seasonally with the summer months and by eating with each season, there are benefits to that. So we're naturally getting variety in our diet. That means we're switching up the foods that we eat each season because there's different foods that are in season each, fall, winter, spring, summer. So we are being exposed to different types of produce, different types of veggies, fruits, and the way that we build a strong gut and a strong, healthy body is by exposing ourselves to all the benefits of all the produce. If we eat the same thing all the time, we're only going to be getting kind of a fraction of what you can get from all the different colors. All the different colors of fruits mean different things, right? Different benefits. So naturally, you're getting that variety. You're getting different types of fiber that's going to support your gut health. So there really is a great reason to change what you're eating by each season. A lot of berries right now, melons, watermelon, cantaloupe. There's tomatoes on there, zucchinis, a lot of light grilled foods, peppers. So thinking through that as you're cooking and you're planning your meals. We're also able to eat what's in season at its peak freshness, which means its peak nutrient value. So when we are eating foods that are in season, they're able to grow naturally during that time. So that means that it's got its peak nutrient status. We're not growing it in a time that would be kind of biologically abnormal for that food. And we also don't have to ship it across the world. It can most likely be grown in our towns, in our cities, or close by in the U.S. There's websites on here. This came from the USDA, of which of the summer produce, but you can also look up online like what's in season in my state. I know we kind of see that we're all from different areas, so it's really interesting to see that. But you can get a CSA box, community supported agriculture, from your farmer, and they'll send you a box of all the food that's in season, and it's really great. It's a fun challenge as well. And then it is more cost effective to eat what's in season, obviously, because it's cheaper for them to grow. Um, so that would be kind of a high level recommendation of how to eat. Think about your eating habits this summer. You can also utilize your grill, cooking lean proteins, barbecues, vegetables, fruits can all be done on your grill. Like this salad right here has grilled chicken. It looks like they grilled pineapple or peaches, and really refreshing meals. And we can really utilize some outdoor tools that we have to eat a little bit healthier instead of maybe fried foods or things like that. Okay, my second tip is to stay hydrated. So we are in the summer, it's really hot, right? We're all trying to keep cool. Our body is 60% water, so it's over half water. So if we are really sweating or we're hotter in these months, it's important to rehydrate our bodies, to keep our bodies cool and our temperature regulated. Water also plays such a role in nutrient transfer and digestion and toxins, flushing toxins out, aiding in healthy skin, healthy for our joints. So, there's many benefits to drinking water. The general rule of thumb would be to aim for half of your body weight of water in ounces daily. So, for example, if you weighed 140 pounds, you would have 70 ounces of water. That kind of goes in line of what the half of your body weight. We make up about over half of water in we are about 50 to 55 to 60% water. So that's kind of where that half of that body weight comes in. So if you're hitting that, that's a good goal. If you're sweating more, if you're exercising, if you're drinking caffeine or maybe alcohol, bring in some more water to rehydrate. Maybe 1 cup for 1 cup there. If you are feeling like you need extra hydration, so if you're feeling thirsty, dry mouth, fatigue, dizziness, um, you can add in electrolytes. Electrolytes are basically just minerals like magnesium, potassium, sodium that help rehydrate your cells. So it hydrates you at the cellular level. You can be drinking water and it doesn't really nourish your cells and hydrate your cells unless we have those electrolytes, those minerals to help absorb. So not needed for every day, of course, but it's a nice way to also switch up if you're like, oh, I'm bored of drinking water, then this is a great way to add a little flavor to it. These are some really great brands that I like. There can be a wide variety here of what your electrolytes can contain, but really looking for minimal ingredients, no sugar if possible, or very minimal sugar. Sometimes the sugars can really sneak up in there. And these will be shared out, I believe, with the deck of the recording, so you'll be able to reference back to any recommendations I make here today with products. But these are a great way to have. They have to-go sticks, so you can just bring them with you in your bag if you're traveling, or if you're on the go. So great option there. And then my last hydration tip is to consume plenty of hydrating fruits and vegetables. So all of these melons, strawberries, pineapple, peaches. Does anyone have an idea? Can you guess what percentage of water all of these fruits and vegetables contain at a minimum? What percentage of water do you think they have? 80%? Half? Yeah, good guesses. Close. They're 85 to 95% water. So we don't really think about that, but if you're consuming lots of fresh produce, you're hydrating yourself. You're getting a lot of hydration to your body, not to mention you're eating healthy and you're getting all those nutrients. So don't forget about that is a nice way to hydrate. And you can also throw some fresh cucumbers or lemons or limes into your water, anything like that for additional hydration. Cool. All right. My next tip is to snack smart. This is such an important one and a topic I really enjoy talking about when we're specifically talking about meal composition, including your snacks. So, your meals and your snacks, how we can create a nutritionally balanced snack that has fiber, which is in carbohydrates, natural sources of carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats. We need all of those macronutrients to sustain us. They're required. And we need them in the right amounts to feel energized and for various reasons, to build muscle, to help our hormones to absorb vitamins. So what we're going to look for when we're building snacks, when we're building meals, specifically with snacks in the summer, because I think that is a popular topic. And when we are on the go, when we're traveling, when we're in the car, we're road trips, or we're just busy, we're taking things out and during the day, there's a lot of questions or, oh, I need snack ideas. Think about how you can combine carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So this little guide here will show you, what your macronutrients are. Your carbohydrates are whole grain sources, fruits and vegetables. Those are your main sources of carbohydrates. Proteins, we know, meats, some dairy, some nuts and seeds. Fats would be the oils, avocados. We're getting dairy in there as well. There's a little bit of overlap in some of these categories, as you can see. But point is protein and healthy fats are really going to help elongate your fullness. So your satiety. When you eat just carbohydrates by themselves, we really burn through that quickly. We need carbohydrates because they are our body's preferred source of energy, but they get burned really quickly. Think of it as like throwing a piece of paper into a fire. It burns really quick. We need it, but it burns through. We need those logs to help sustain us in the fire, which would be protein and or healthy fats in that combination. So when you think about that, when you think about your snacks, some good, healthy, on-the-go snack ideas. Apple and nut butter, for example. Apple is your carbohydrate, your fruit or veggie that has carbs in there that break down into natural sugars. And then you have your nut butter. So if you're eating an apple, great, you're getting in that produce. Combine that with maybe peanut butter or a scoop of almond butter because that contains healthy fats and from the nuts and protein, a little bit of protein. If you're eating a beef jerky stick on the go, that's a great option when you're on the go. Nice amount of protein in there. Add in some dried fruit that has some carbohydrates so your body can get energized. So you're getting that fullness and you're getting that quick burst of energy with the carbohydrates. There's a lot of ideas here. Does anyone have snacks that they love that they can share of what maybe some of your go-tos are that incorporate this combination of, balance? When you think about balanced snacks, what do you like to eat? Nuts and dried fruit, great option. You can do, yeah, trail mix, wonderful option that combines all of those things. Homemade date balls, yum. Chia pudding, berries, and granola, so good. So think about that's such a great skill I love to use with clients or people when I'm educating is like, think of where your sources are coming from. You're getting, yeah, the beef jerky and dried mangoes, mixed nuts. Where are you getting your fats? Where are you getting your protein? And where are you getting your carbs? That's a really balanced snack. And you will feel full for longer when you have that combination. If you just eat, you know, a granola bar or just something by itself, crackers, and you're not adding some, that's okay. But if you want to add some cheese in there, you're going to be full for a lot longer than if you were to just eat that. Celery and hummus, great option. You're getting the carbohydrates. The hummus has chickpeas in there, nice source of protein. There's some fat in there too, mixed into hummus. Greek yogurt and blueberries. Love it. So you've all got it. So here are some ideas too, on top of what you've already seen that you can use as you think about your snack combinations. But protein, fat, and fiber-rich carbohydrates are always what we're aiming for when we think of our snack combos. You can also apply this, like if you have kids, you have a family, or not, to to yourself. These are great snacks for kids that you can put in their lunches if they're going to camps. They're on the go. You can also think about this when you're making healthier treats. So, oatmeal protein, like chocolate chip energy balls, that's a sweet treat that tastes really good, but you're still getting the balance in there from your nutrients. When you think about maybe Greek yogurt popsicles that you can make kids, there's so many good ideas that you can get creative with. Homemade protein bars, yum. That's a great option. Unsweetened chocolate, maple syrup, rolled oats, chia seeds, and protein powder. Love it. Thank you for your participation in that. I hope that tip is helpful. All right, keep us moving. Healthy grocery store snacks. These I will let you come back to in the recording. So that we can keep going in the interest of time. But if you are on the go, if you need to stop at the store before a road trip, you need to stock up on things. These are some of my favorite snacks. I really like the ingredients. There's so many good options. Miriam, Honey Mamas, I love Honey Mamas. They're my favorite. So healthier treat options in here too, low in sugar. So there's so many good ways to still eat healthy and have it be super delicious. So these are some good things that you can pick up on the store if you're like, I need something. I'm on that road trip, or I just need something. I like it, and I want it. These are good to refer back to as some good on the go options, and maybe throw in some produce in there as well, so you're getting something fresh. All right, talking about traveling with nutrition. We can sometimes fall off our habits. We hear this a lot with, oh, I I'm falling off because I'm off of my routine. You can prepare for your travel days with these healthy snack options we just talked about. I love the idea of choosing a vacation rental with a kitchen. So you're still able to cook majority of your meals, breakfasts, lunch. You can make some sandwiches. Then you're eating out a couple times, enjoying yourselves, going out for ice cream or dessert or a couple meals, but then you're still sticking to a routine. I think that's really important if we do want to still maintain our habits as we travel and enjoy ourselves on vacation. And last for this part is for nutrition is prepare for social gatherings. There's so many social gatherings happening in the summer. Another reason why we may feel like we fall off a little bit. There are ways to feel successful as we go to group events. Some tips that I have for this: eat a balanced meal before arriving. Make sure you're not starving, right? We don't make the best decisions when we're starving. We all know this. So eating something like we just talked about, protein, fat, and fiber in your meal before you head there, so that you can enjoy yourself kind of with a calm mind. Balance your plate. Eat protein and fat first. So studies show that actually eating protein and fat first, so having that good combo of nutrients on your plate, but eating protein and fat first will actually slow the blood sugar response. You're not getting those crazy spikes up and down when you are eating. So if you were to eat just the carbs, you're going to get that blood sugar spike. Carbohydrates spike your blood sugar. If you're eating protein and fat with it, it slows the digestion, as I've mentioned. It slows that absorption in a good way. So when you're building your plate, enjoy all of your favorite foods, but think about, okay, is there protein and fat on my meal? Where is it? I'm going to eat that, and I'm going to eat my carbohydrates and enjoy myself. You can also bring a healthy dish that you like. Maybe you bring your favorite dish and a healthy dish, so you feel like you have something that you can lean on if you want. Practicing mindful portion control. So eat your meal. Try your best not to graze a ton. Put it on your plate, walk over, converse, have a conversation with people, eat slowly, mindfully. If you're hungry, go back again. That's totally okay. But maybe you aren't. Your body needs a little bit of time to register if you're still hungry or not. So that's a good way, instead of just constantly grazing at the table, to practice some mindful restriction. We never want full restriction ever, but just thoughtfulness around that is a better word, I would say. And then enjoy yourself by choosing balance over restriction. We need balance in our lives. Food is delicious. Food is also not always meant to be 100% nutritious. It's good. We like it for various reasons. It's cultural. It's just enjoyable. You know, not every cookie has to be this, that, and the other thing healthy. Like we can just enjoy foods for what they are and know that you're also making good decisions and those both can exist. And I really think that's important mindset. And the more we stress about something, the worse it is for our health. And so that's not good for us either. So really try to find that sweet spot of balance for you. Okay, group share. What nutrition tip are you interested most in trying? Or is there anything that kind of stuck out to you as we went through this? And you're like, ooh, that's something I didn't think about, or this is something that I would like to practice a little bit more. More water. Yes, good. Travel snacks, finding balance in your diet. Yes, eating fats and protein first. So many good things, and different things resonate with different people. And I think there's always something that we can all be focusing on just a little bit more to support us. Mindful eating. Great. Any questions too I'm getting, just so we can keep moving. We can address them at the end, or if I don't have time to answer them, I'm happy to connect with you via email too. I saw the one about dealing with bloating. We can talk about that. Um, okay. Yes, good. All water tips, stress eating, things like that. Awesome. Thank you all for your participation. Let's take like a 1 to 2 minute stretch break before we move into the movement tips. So you can be on camera, you don't have to be. I'm going to lead you through it real quick. So in your chair, try to sit up tall and just get out any wiggles and things like that. And then get ready to move for like 30 seconds. We're going to be staying seated. Don't worry. Start with some neck rolls. These are all things you can do in the car when you're traveling, obviously not when you're driving, you're the passenger or you're stopped. You can do this when you're sitting at your desk, when you're working, you can go outside and stand up and do these same things. But let's start. So drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Feel the stretch along the left side of your neck. And then you don't have to do any of these. This is optional, so please do what feels comfortable for you. Drop your chin towards your chest so you feel the stretch on the back of your neck. And then roll your left ear to your left shoulder. Feel the stretch on the right side of your neck. Roll your head to your back and then lift your chin, even though it might feel weird or look weird. Feel the stretch through your throat. This feels really, really good. Take it back through center. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Switch sides. Take a neck roll. So just roll your chin down to your chest, and then over towards your right ear. Stretch to your left, and then roll your chin up towards the sky. Okay. Find neutral through center. Reach your arms up overhead. Reach for your left wrist and stretch over towards the right side of the room. So you can't really see me, but you're breathing into your left side body. Lift out of your left hip. So you're really getting just like a side body stretch. The more you pull onto your left wrist up and over, you'll feel that stretch. Come back through center, switch it out, grab for your right wrist, and then pull towards the right side. Roll your right shoulder forward, square your chest forward. Good. Come back to center, reach your arms out towards the side. So you're making like a big wingspan, and then make some chest circles. Really open up through your chest muscles and your shoulders. Switch your directions. Good. And then send your right arm across your body, and then stretch through your back of your right shoulder. Your left hand will capture your right shoulder here, your right arm. Good. Switch it out. Left hand will cross over. Good. Arms can return back overhead, and then add in a tricep stretch. Reach for your left hand to your right elbow, and then gently pull down, and then gently press your head into your forearm. And the more you kind of gently arch your back, you'll feel that tricep stretch. Okay. Gently release, add a little twist over towards the left. So you'll just gently twist in your chair, in your spine. Good. We'll come back through center. Grab for your left elbow. Press your head right into your forearm very gently. Add that twist over towards the right this time, so you're really getting into your spine. Good. Come back through center. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So you might need to scoot back a little bit. Right ankle over your left thigh, if it allows, to stretch through your right outer glutes. We'll just be here for a couple seconds here. Then as you lean forward a little bit and push your knee gently towards the floor, you'll feel that nice stretch on your right glutes. Good, and then switch it out. Send your left ankle over your right knee while you're seated. It's kind of like a figure four stretch. Cool. And then make your way back up. Release your feet down, scoot your way back in. Cool. So these are great ways to get some movement in. Obviously, these will be a little bit longer per hold. These are all accessible ways that you can stretch. If you're feeling a little tight, if you need just some little gentle movement without breaking a big sweat, even though I feel like I'm sweating now, but you have some tools to be able to incorporate. Okay, let's talk about getting into tips to staying active this summer. So we'll transition for the next few minutes here into a couple tips I have on activity, exercise. First and foremost, getting outside is important. We all know this. Summer is a great time to get outside, soak up lots of vitamin D. Vitamin D is really important for our bones, our immunity, our mood, brain function. The best source of vitamin D is through the sun. With that in mind, so there's a lot of things you can do. Outdoor activities, get creative, hiking, paddleboarding, kayaking, playing tennis, walking, going on bike rides, swimming. There's so many things. And depending on wherever we live, we can get outside and do some activity. Please wear your sunscreen. Choose what is best for you. And by that, I mean sunscreen, if it has, there's a lot of mixed thoughts on sunscreen. I want to provide a little clarity on it. There is mineral sunscreen and there's chemical sunscreen. So you've probably heard like, what sunscreen am I supposed to buy? There's a billion options out there. I don't even know what to look for. In a nutshell, mineral sunscreens sit on top of our skin as a physical barrier and they reflect the UV rays off of our skin. They are mineral based, so they have like zinc oxide, titanium dioxide. They tend to be a little thicker. They can leave a little bit of a white cast, but they are more natural. Chemical sunscreens get absorbed into the skin and they convert it into a non-harming heat, and then it bounces off of our skin. So it does do a conversion through chemicals. They can and have been studied to disrupt hormones a little bit and can create skin allergies, can cause irritation to our skin. And so there's been controversy around that. So just wanted to draw awareness because that's probably where the confusion comes in. There are options. The best one that's going to work is the one that you wear all the time, that you always consistently want to wear. The Environmental Working Group, what I show you over here, has a guide to sunscreens. You type in your sunscreen, it gives you a ranking, all 1 to 10 of what they approve of or not and why. So it's a great resource you can check out when you're choosing sunscreen. But wear your sunscreen, broad spectrum sunscreen, please. Connecting with nature. Engage in grounding daily. So connecting to the earth by physical touch. This is a way we can get out and move naturally. This means walking barefoot, laying in the grass, touching the soil, the sand, swimming in a lake, gardening, things that are the natural earth elements. Not to get too scientific, but The earth has electrical charge. We have electrical charge. Sometimes our electrical charge can be really, really high. The earth can balance it out, is what I'll say in the simplest terms. From a psychological standpoint, we just know that being out in nature can really improve our mood. It can disconnect us from our phones, from what's going on in the outside world. It can lower stress. Grounding has been shown to lower stress, improve, lower inflammation, and improve sleep. So getting outside as much as you can. And staying active during travel. There's things you can do with travel. Light stretching and yoga, things we just did together. Quick circuits. You can set a timer for 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm going to do squats. I'm going to do push-ups, and I'm going to do jump ropes in place for a minute, 3 times, 3 times through. That's perfect. That's all you need. You don't need any weights for that, body weight stuff. And you can go on walks or jogging. And while you're on vacation, committing to daily activities. There's so many ways that we can be active that don't really go and, coincide with just traditional exercise, but getting your body moving in some way is a wonderful way to stay active on vacation. And lastly, leaning on your support system. There is a study that 65%, you are 65% more successful when you commit to exercising with a buddy, when you have a support system, your family, a coach, someone that can work, and support you, your friends, anyone. It can literally be anyone. Create a fun challenge together. Find someone who will support you and you can support each other. And there's a lot of success in that. Group share before we wrap up. What is one way that you plan to stay active this summer? It could be anything based on what I spoke to, what you like to do, hiking, the gym. Amazing. Going on walks. I love walking without my phone. It's the best. Morning runs. Amazing. So keep up with that. Chair yoga with my mother-in-law. That sounds so fun. More fitness classes. Get into a community with a gym, with a group, a yoga studio. You will meet people and you'll really be inspired to continue to go. Starting yoga back. Awesome. So many great ways. Thank you all. So to recap here before we close. Oh, nice. Half-acre truck farm. You like to garden. I love that. Eating well. Eat seasonally. Stay hydrated. Snack smart. Travel wisely and plan for social gatherings. Moving more. Get outside. Connect with nature. Stay active during your travels and lean on your support system. These are all wonderful ways to support yourself in a balanced and healthy way. Notice these are not crazy asks. These are not, really restrictive things that we have to do. These are the foundations of living healthy, and they really, really do go a long way. So before we wrap up, and I know we have to get to you, Julie. So type in the chat what your one wellness goal is that you'd like to set yourself up for this summer, and then I will pass this back over to Julie and she can transition us out.
Perfect. Thank you. So as you're doing that, I'm just going to say mine right now, Rachel. Mine is going to be to make sure that I'm eating my protein and fats first. I appreciated that. And
Nice.
want to say thank you to you for all of these very practical and easy to apply strategies and tips that we can all use to just, be healthier and mindful of our health throughout the summer season. So we appreciate your time very much, Rachel. For the sake of time, we only have about a minute left in our session, so we're going to jump over the question and answer. However, if you go to the next slide, you'll see that there are multiple ways that you can connect with Rachel. So for example, we had that awesome question about kombucha. If that was you that asked that, or if you're just interested in any other question, there are a variety of different ways that you're going to be able to connect with Rachel, and we please encourage you to do that. Next slide, please. Also want to remind you that at Harmony Academy, we have our entire Harmony Professional Learning Platform, which is a series of self-paced learning modules. And I do want to point your attention to the fact that we do have several modules focused specifically on supporting educators' well-being. For example, you can see here we have some about coping with teaching stress or developing self-compassion and emotion regulation. So I invite you to check that out as well. Next, please.
Okay.
I also want to invite you to know that you will be receiving information about this in your email, but you will send invites, but there's information for more of our summer webinar sessions that are going to be coming up. So for example, we have a summer fun celebration where our friend Chef Dean will be sharing ways to make watercolors with spices in your kitchen, and you'll be able to participate in that session. We will send out the link to all of these in advance, and we hope that you will join us. We want to wish you all a restful summer filled with time for both you, your family, and yourself. Another opportunity. Next slide, please. Oh, we also want to invite you if you want to join us for a live event in Tucson on
Oh,
August 21st to learn more about bridging the science of reading and relationships. And then finally, again, just a big thank you for joining us today. We truly value your feedback from this webinar, and we would love to know how we can improve and what other topics you would like to see explored in the future. So please take a few moments to complete the survey that's going to pop up in your browser after this webinar. And we also invite you to explore more of those no-cost resources and premium print materials we have available at harmony-academy.org. And as always, we wish you a wonderful day and a restful summer. And thank you again, Rachel, for sharing your wisdom with us.
thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for your participation and for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.